about time. To summarize this in 2 minutes, there's a term called criminality. Criminality from a psychological perspective and from a psychotherapeutic perspective, you go back to your origins. And when you go back to your origins, you look at your first exposure to an event, an activity, or an experience. And based on that experience, that's how you process information and experiences in the future. So if your father was a thief, your father was a murderer, if your mother was a prostitute, typically the way that you're going to process information is based on how you were exposed. Right. And what happened is that America, for some reason, considers us to be the criminals.
That's rich. That's rich.
The shirt that I wear says Klan Act of 1871 because it was legal to kill black folks. And the local government wouldn't do anything. The state government wouldn't do anything. We had to go to the federal government to find a way to keep Negroes alive so that they can exercise their right to vote. But when we have school board meetings, we don't show up. When we have city council meetings, we don't show up. They give us a fish fry and a juice, and we all right. This is legislation. Years back, I used to work out to the airport, and a gentleman had cussed me out of the airport. My mother heard what had happened to me, and she worked at the airport as well. She said, "Sean, you got to preach on Sunday." All right. So I'm going to cuss them out. We need some people in the faith. I don't know why we got souls when we got Jesus. The first commandment is to love God. The second commandment is to love your neighbor like you love yourself. And the thing is, we got 330,000 black folks in Jacksonville. Ain't nobody buy our vote. We take our vote. Is there anybody out here who says we run this?
We run this!
We ain't cussing.
Talk!
We have children going to school that can't afford PE, they can't afford art and music. But yet our people keep spending their hard-earned money on Florida lottery. But not one lottery dollar is going back to the black community.
Okay, I'll be Peter.
We can get upset with them, but we also got to point a finger back at us. This is our moment. This is our time. There is no reason why we should not be represented in every form of government in this city and every form of government in this state. What makes Jacksonville so unique is that we have the largest population of citizens that's a minority that just won't exercise their right to vote.
That's right.
Before we had civil rights, we had the black church. Before we had black banks, we had the black church. Before we had black credit unions, we had the black church. Before we had desegregated education, we had the black church.
Talk!
The black church has been a voice to this nation for years. But now I'm asking, not these pastors that came out here today, but I'm asking the pastors that may be watching, stop prostituting the church.
Talk!
If you wouldn't trust that politician with your children, then quit asking us to vote for him. My name is Sean Nix.